When most people think seafood, they don't often immediately think Nebraska. Well, that's about to change thanks to a very forward-thinking man in Jefferson County. Our Lance Schwartz joins us now with a very unique story here in the Cornhusker State. Lance?
Hello, Max. You know, we Nebraskans, we know a lot about agriculture. It's time to learn about aquaculture. For more than 30 years, Dean Pretzer ran a very successful hog operation near Diller, down by the Kansas border. About a year and a half ago, Dean's buildings were sitting empty, and that's when he saw an interesting article in a farm magazine that he couldn't wait to share with his son, a Lincoln veterinarian. Well, let's just say it didn't take long before they started transforming the old hog barns into a shrimp growing facility.
Well, there's some history to this area. About a mile away from the farm to the west is where the Oregon Trail.
Scott Pretzer looks to be right back where he belongs.
I was in second grade when most of these buildings were built and spent a large part of my youth in these buildings.
And now Scott's prepared to spend a large part of his adult life in these very same buildings that were built by his parents in 1979.
Hogs were on this facility for several years until recently.
Scott's dad, Dean, is hoping to stay retired.
I was married to this once, and I told him I'm not going to be married to it again, but I'll help a little bit.
Fortunately, Scott will have a lot of help from his daughter, Skylar,
and I'll tell you what the temperature is.
his wife, Holly, and his son, Reed.
So we do a lot of water exchange.
Each of these 8 tanks are 14 feet wide and can hold up to 3,500 shrimp.
Okay, we got a good bunch of them here. What we're doing is really nothing new to the Midwest. There are farms like this in Iowa, Indiana.
But as of right now, Scott believes that this is the only shrimp growing operation in Nebraska.
I had really never seen a live shrimp until about a year and a half ago.
An investigative trip to a shrimp farm in Indiana inspired Scott to become an official aquaculturist.
It's exciting not only for my wife and I, but for our kids. Part of the challenge of today's farm is there going to be something for the next generation if they want to come back?
I like how it's unique and it's never been really done before in Nebraska, and being the first one in Nebraska, and just, it's a new experience, but it's exciting.
So this is our evening feeding. It's antibiotic free.
Have you ever seen a live shrimp up close? They're kind of creepy creatures. I can't believe I want to eat this, but I do. Fortunately for me and for us, Scott grilled up the very first batch of shrimp. It's time, Pretzers, for Shrimp Fest 2017. Bon appetit. Right? What are your thoughts on the debut of Pretzer Shrimp?
It was delicious.
Wonderful.
Great.
Sweet.
It's fantastic.
I could not agree more. Seriously, who needs the ocean when you have Rock Creek Aquaculture in Diller producing these tasty little crispy crustaceans? Scott is hopeful that he'll have his first batch of shrimp ready to sell by Father's Day weekend, and he'll be selling them right out of the shrimp barn 3 miles southwest of Diller. And Max, I kind of fancy myself a shrimp connoisseur, and those Pretzer shrimp are so delicious it would be crazy to drown them in cocktail sauce. I really like the idea that these things grow in a controlled environment, unlike the ocean.
So this guy seems like he's pretty busy.
Whew, Scott doesn't spend a lot of time sitting or sleeping. He is a part-time veterinarian now. He also grows shrimp, plants corn, plants beans. He's a Renaissance farmer in Nebraska.
All right, thank you so much, Lance. We'll have your full forecast coming up next.